2023 Lakou NOU artist residency. My residency is adapting Haitian folk tales into puppet shows. Part of the process was interviewing Haiti-born elders of the community about their childhood experiences with folk tales and riddles and jokes. Those are kind of in the foreground, but I'm also just as interested in the people that told them those stories, the atmosphere, what purpose those things served day to day. This is an opportunity to apply my skills and passion to a part of my culture as such. Puppets can do a lot of what you can't do in a physical, anatomical, or like a physical live action sense, right? It's also an art form and a storytelling style that goes back, millennia, the very beginning of human civilization and all that. I can't say I was exposed to much puppetry in Haitian culture. I'm aware of it as a practice in parade and carnival, like celebration culture. I can think right away of like one of the times going to Haiti growing up with my family that we ran into these like street performers that have what are called, I think they're called jitney puppets, where they take like, broken doll parts and like just like kid clothing, tie it together and make kind of a string marionette puppet. So I got to see some street performers that way and exchange some little skill trade of like, oh, I see this string like that. At that point, I was in puppetry because it's been over a decade, a little over a decade. But right, so I didn't grow up um, dreaming of being a puppeteer like a lot of my peers and colleagues might have been. But looking back, it makes perfect sense because I grew up watching I always quote these couple of shows, but I watched other shows that happen to have puppetry or that were puppet shows without me realizing it, right? But I tend to cite Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood and Between the Lions because I know I watch those shows explicitly like on a streak regularly. Yeah, so I realized maybe like the paradox in my approach slash goal because I'm looking for texts or dramatic texts in this context, texts that are meant for kids but are ultimately what's it called, like carried on by adults. And there was something about like in the community dinner, we each spoke about our projects, and something resonated in another sense for me of like the idea of like remembering the stories. Oh, it was someone talking about their parents not telling them about their childhood, like their own childhood or some such, and it was the kind of thing where they did learn something, and they were glad that they did because at a certain point, the dementia becomes an issue, and they forget the stories, and it's like then it's gone. And so I realize an aspect of my project is kind of like getting these stories from the people who remember them before they're lost, because Haitian American kids born here, how are they gonna get that otherwise? It sucks. I didn't know about HCX until I applied for Lakou NOU. Never heard of them. I did a panel for BIPOC puppeteers at the Swedish Cottage Marionette Theater because, as events, whatever, there's more diversity at the theater than there's ever been. And so we had a panel and we all spoke. And Magali, I don't know her full name, someone who's a HCX community member was at that panel, told me about HCX website, one thing leads to another, this and that, and it's like, whoa, all this. And I went to the Salon d'IT and I was like, whoa, it's like, So the story I'm producing for my residency is it's titled Owl, but I've extended the title to Owl Loves Angeline. And the protagonist is this owl character that thinks he's ugly and that'll never fall in love. And I won't ruin the ending, but you know that's one of the themes. You get it. And so in creating this owl puppet, the same summer at the O'Neill conference, yeah, in the shadow um, class workshop, uh, and a colleague or a peer at the conference created this little puppet with basically a ball for a head made of tape on a string with kind of a cloth triangular shaped body. You pinch in the back and you have a tab on the head. It's very simple but like super evocative. You can get so much out of something, you know, so simple. And I built around that for the few different concepts, but I ended up referring back to that because it was like it had so little but did so much. And I've have the detached head from the owl puppet that I constructed from a couple of just, I won't say random inspiration moments, but I share the anecdote of like drinking up from a coffee mug and just like the tipping back, I realized, oh, there's a lot of full range of motion that would be suitable for like an owl character.